Hey guys, what's going on? It's Mark with Spiguyver Backpacking. Thanks for joining me today. So what I have here is an ultralight hammock and suspension system. So it's two different pieces. Got the hammock from Walhalla Hammock and Outdoors and a suspension system from Myerstech Hammock Lab. So we're gonna head out into the woods, set this up, and let you guys take a look at it. But what we're looking at here, you can see the size of it, the weight. We're talking 9.2 ounces for the complete system, a 7-ounce hammock and a 2.2 ounce suspension system. This is the lightest setup I've got, and we're gonna go check it out. Come on, let's go. So what do we have here that makes up this 9.2 ounce hammock system? So we've got a netless hammock. This happens to be a Walhalla Hammock and Outdoors hammock. You guys saw me do the review and talk about the entire kit that they're raffling off. This is my own personal hammock. This one is a 1.0 Hyper D 11-foot hammock, netless with a fixed ridge line. Very lightweight at 7 ounces with the stuff sack. Nicely done. I really like the 1.0 Hyper D fabric. It's got that very silky, kind of like the nylon D that I've got, the double layer in. I really like the feel of it. And so this one in the blue is a hit with me. But the part that really sets this one apart from some of the others is the suspension that I'm using. So Myerstech Hammock Lab sent me this Dyneema tree strap system to try out. Now I had been using the Kevlar tree huggers with mule tape, and that's 2 pieces. And so you had to wrap depending on how far away from the trees you were, you had to wrap those, because I bought the 7-foot Kevlar straps. You had to wrap them around the trees sometimes several times. Now the advantage with this one is that it's a tree strap, and so it's a 15-foot strap. I can wrap it around any tree just one time and then use the strap itself as the suspension. And because the Dyneema is pretty flexible and works pretty well, I'm actually using it right now, just Beckett hitched to this hammock. And as you can see, I have no problem lounging in this thing. I'll go ahead and lay down in here. Yep, no problem. Bounce around a little bit. I've got confidence in it. Those Beckett Hitch systems seem to work. That's what I use with the mule tape. The mule tape's nice and flexible, so it works out well. This Dyneema strap system seems to do the same thing. Let's take a closer look at the straps. Okay, so here is the strap system. So it is a tree strap, which means that it has a sewn loop on one end, and you can see the amount of stitching here, this zigzag stitching, 3 lines of it. Looks like it's gonna hold pretty well. I haven't seen any problems with it so far. I've only had it up a couple of times, but I'll keep checking on that and making sure that it stays. But so it's got the loop in the one end, so you can just run it around a tree one time, slide it through. It is 1 inch wide. Have no problems around the tree with that. You know, 1 inch is usually the standard. I know some places are going to 2 inch, but 1 inch works pretty well. And then I've just got it run down straight to the continuous loop on my hammock, and I've got it Beckett hitched on there. So it actually, because it is pretty flexible, pretty light, you can actually set it and pull it out relatively easy. So if I needed to adjust it a little bit, I'd bring it up, slide it through, tighten it down, and now it's locked in. And so now, you know, I've made the adjustment. The thing that I like about using the Beckett hitch, as I've said before, is you can infinitely adjust it. You don't have any set like inch or 3 inch or 6 inch like you would with like an Atlas strap or something else of that manner. And you really can adjust this a lot easier with weight on the system. So cinch buckles, beetle buckles, I have a hard time personally making adjustments when there is weight in the hammock. With this system, I can pull the weight off with my hand and just yank this, disconnect it, and make the adjustments, and I don't really have as big a problem. To me, this works out absolutely better than any system I've used yet. Just the fact that I don't have to wrap it multiple times around the tree. I was considering on my Kevlar putting a Dutch clip on there, but with only having to do it one time with this takes that whole thing that out of the equation completely. Now let's talk about the weight of these. So these things weigh in at 31.1 grams each. So that's a 15-foot strap at 31 grams. That's quite a bit lighter than my current system. So that comes out to 62-ish grams for the set. And I believe my Kevlar and mule tape, which is a little bit longer, that comes in at about 90 grams. So I'm cutting about a third of the weight out by going to this single piece. Ease of use is there, and simplicity. It's just one piece. I don't have to worry about two connection points. So it is really nice to be able to not only lighten my load, but simplify it as well. You know, going from a strap system, which was really two straps combined. So it was the Kevlar tree huggers with the gravity gear or anti-gravity gear mule tape larks headed on there, and then coming down to a Beckett hitch. So you really had two pieces there. And I wasn't doing a Beckett hitch on the Kevlar, so I had to wrap the 7-foot Kevlar around the trees, especially if we had small diameter trees like I'm using right here. I'd have to wrap it around multiple times in order to get the length right on the mule tape so that the Beckett hitch was on the mule tape. Don't have to worry about that with this, so it does ease the setup, speeds the setup, and to be able to have a sub 10 ounce, I mean sub 9.5, it's 9.2 ounce complete hammock system. That's something you can throw in any day pack. You know, if you're out and you just want to lounge, this is an absolutely an awesome kit to take out with you. Comfortable. The give in the 1.0 is great. The silky feel of this Hyper D is awesome. I think that the construction on this one is pretty much flawless. I have no complaints with it whatsoever. And the Myerstech Hammock Lab straps, I'm going to be taking them out on more trips. I think they're going to be going out on my next trip out on the Appalachian Trail later this month. And so I'll give you guys some real world, out in the woods, backpacking feedback on these things. But they've lightened my load. They've eased setup. So right off, I'm pretty happy, pretty pleased with what we're doing here. All right, guys, so here you go. This is that ultralight hammock kit that I just brought out here. This is suspension, hammock body, stuff sack, 9.2 ounces. Walhalla Hammock and Outdoors for the hammock and the bag, and Myerstech Hammock Lab for the Dyneema tree straps. This kit, super lightweight, can go with you anywhere. Bug out bag, day hike, whatever you want. Super lightweight, super small, easy to take with you. No brainer if you're looking for ultralight. So thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys sticking with me. Like, share, subscribe. Get these videos out to everybody you know. Share them with the public. Share them on forums that you visit. Get people involved. Get more people out here in the woods. Get people in the hammocks. I'll see you guys down the trail. Thanks.